Hello, everybody. Hopefully, a lot less angry video for y'all to see today. So, some of you on the internet have been paying attention to things have probably heard about this Madam Web movie. Every reviewer everybody likes to watch on YouTube and such have basically been throwing it up against the wall like it just kicked their dog. Um, so naturally, my morbid curiosity is growing bigger and bigger and bigger about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I then heard about this Chris Stuckman video where he's a YouTuber I like to follow, and to my knowledge, a pretty solid guy with some decent takes on movies and such. I know he's worked in the past with Nostalgia Critic, and a lot of people aren't liking how Chris Stuckman did his take on Madam Web. So I figured, you know what? Let me take a shot at reacting to Chris Stuckman, and then probably in my next video, I will either describe, okay, well, what was it like to watch Madam Web? Hopefully, I can drag one of my buddies along, or I'll just suffer through the movie myself alone, and I can tell you on camera how good or how bad it is. So, Chris Stuckerman, hope you don't make too much of a fool of yourself. To those who want to watch along, I'd recommend looking up the video and then just press and play when I start it, because, yeah, that'll probably be the best way not to get him annoyed or YouTube algorithm god of the comments section on my hair. So, if y'all want to watch with me, you can just look up Chris Stuckerman right now. I'll give you a little bit of say a few seconds to look it up. Hope everybody's doing good today. Well, it's been really nice in Minnesota. Like we're getting spoiled really nice. It's kind of weird. So, yeah. Oh. Good. Those of you got the air tab open? Alright, let's begin. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, got a new movie title. Good. Chris Stuckman. Why did he go see it on Valentine's Day? Okay, I'm going to pause in 3, 2, 1. I'm at 0:37. Okay. I want to keep this as a movie celebration channel, so I'm not going to criticize this movie. My guy. A lot of people come to you for your thoughts on your on movies. That's probably how you got into working with Channel Awesome and other people. But okay, I'm 37 seconds in, and I'm already like, dude, you're not helping yourself here, okay? Let's see if I can get through more of this. Beginning to play in 3, 2, 1. Okay. You didn't have... Then why are you... Okay. Okay, so I could talk down his BetterHelp advertisement. So, he's a father, he's making his first movie. That's pretty cool of him, but he's trying to bring up the fact that a lot of studio pressure are messing up movies. Okay. But you shouldn't start the video out saying this is not going to be your critique about Madam Web. When Madam Web is the primary vehicle you have on your title card. I haven't made any title cards yet because I am being lazy about it. But okay. So Okay, so he wants to talk about movie studios having too much interference with movie production. Yeah, it's a conversation that has to have. But the thing is, the conversation's been going on pretty much since Disney's Avengers has been a thing, or pretty much since early thousands have been a thing. There've been because usually every decade there's a huge slog of bad movies, and it's a slog of bad movies. But okay, let's give. All right, now he's done advertising that. He's going to talk about Sony and associated with Marvel. Okay. Okay, so so he's talking about Sony Spider-Man. All right. So working with Sony is bad. We get it. Oh, come on. The car in the sequel is great. Well, Spider-Man 2 is probably the best one out of them. Oh, that's obvious, though, that they haven't been on ones. Okay, we're talking about Blumhouse Studios now. Yes, but what does Blumhouse do to connect to Sony? Like, that's literally. Alright, I got pause in 3, 2, 1. I'm at 517. He's basically describing the process of what film studios are supposed to do as a job. Thank you for that reminder. Like, yes, we do know that that's what film studios are supposed to do. But it seems like a lot of what he's fumbling around in this video is he's trying to say, hey, not all film studios are bad, just don't work for Sony. But Sony has a lot of things a lot of people hold dear kind of underneath their belt. And, oh, the movie isn't bad, Sony just messed it up. Then, that's not real film criticism. That's criticism against the company, not the movie. But a lot of people go to Chris Stuckman, I do, as in, hey, I wonder what his opinion is on this movie. Because he's probably a lot more knowledgeable than me and other people. Yet, here you are trying to... Zuckerman, I don't know what you gotta get... You gotta get to your point, man. Come on. 517, trying to begin again in 3, 2, 1. Yes, we know two of the people. Never mind. All right, pausing it at 6:14. Yes, that's what happens when you sign on as a writer for any type of company. They know that walking on in. Why are you so? Why? I am starting to see the noise on why this video is not doing well for Chris. And I mean, I have bad videos too. I have bad takes too. I admit that. But like telling your audience, hey, this is the baby's definition of how film studios work, is not helping you. When I say I'm addressing, I'm trying to address Mr. Zuckerman. All right, it's not helping you. Okay, like a lot of people assume there are more. A lot of people assume quite a lot. All right, about how the movie making process is. All right, I tried jumping into a movie with a buddy of mine. It went nowhere. I left the project. Am I annoyed at him still? Not really. I understand he's going through a lot, but I'm working on other things. But he doesn't have a studio breathing down his back. He has life taken care of. Okay, I can't fault a man for that. What does this have to do with what Zuckerman's going on about? So he's trying to defend the writers and the directors and pretty much the team of Madam Web with Sony breathing down their back. Like, I mean, if that's the purpose of the video, then you could do it a lot better. Instead of trying to do the whole layman's watered down terms of, hey, this is how a movie studio works with the people that they work with. Everybody knows that. Okay? Most people walking into most cinemas know, okay, there's a director, there's a writer, there's a movie studio. Those are usually the three, that's usually the three trifecta of how movies are made. Yes, you have made an independent movie. Congratulations, Mr. Zuckerman. I hope it does well, honestly. But you're not really convincing people that there's blame on the writer and director. Yes, you have every job has a corporate person that's bringing down the neck, but there's also most jobs, even in food, there's going to be a few bosses that looks at corporate and like, you know what? That's probably not a good idea, and I'm gonna try to show you, Mr. Corporate Boss, why that's not a good idea. I mean, he's trying to play both sides of the fence, and he's trying to stay neutral on this and not jump on the hate bandwagon. Which, I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy to do. You could say that's what this video is, kind of, but you're not helping yourself, Mr. Zuckerman. I'm 6 minutes 14 into this, and you're still not helping us, or you, for that matter. Okay. I'm going to give you another benefit of the doubt. I'm going to wait for you to show me, okay, why shouldn't we be too hard on the director or the writer of Madam Web? All right, why should we be nice to them, Mr. Zuckerman? Okay, an advertisement popped up on my thing when he was showing the Nicolas Cage scene, but this gives me another window too. Okay. Again, you're reinforcing what you just said earlier. We already know the relationship. Yes, we get that. The advertisement's over. Alright, pausing in 3, 2, 1. I'm at 7:07. with the studio breathing down your neck, studio breathing down the writer's neck, you have to do what they say. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened with Madam Web. You are. You. I'm not saying the wall is red, but I tasted it. Red tastes like an apple flavor. Now, that wall probably wanted to be blue, but it tastes like red. I'm not saying that's what happened, but we all know that the wall is red. That's what you're saying. You're not helping yourself, man. Come on. Oh, why is this as bad? Why is this as bad as I thought? Why is this worse than I thought? I rarely want to make fun of creators that I actually like, but that's okay. I am 7 minutes in. There's still problems with this movie. Okay, let's see if I could get through without interrupting him. Alright, 7:07. Those who want to watch along, in 3, 2, 1. Okay. I see it now. Okay. He's trying to defend the director. Okay, the audience doesn't win. The creatives don't win. The studio? Sometimes the studio wins. Okay, I got... If the audience doesn't win and the creative... And he still saw this on Valentine's Day. Okay, good. Congratulations, you've just hit the ethos of everybody who wants to get into acting and movie and stuff. That's good. And now he's talking about the spec script. Okay, I'm going to pause it because I got a lot to say right here. All right, so he brings up an audience has to feel like they're getting a win walking into every theater. Welcome to literally every movie that's supposed to be made at the concept. Okay. He brings up does a creator win? Well, yes and no. I mean, they were given a shot to make a thing. Okay, boom, they made a thing. Good job. But if the creator makes the thing and then says a lot of it was messed up by corporate pressure, okay, well, then if that's what honestly happened, then yeah, that works. However, to my knowledge, at the time of this recording, we have not had an interview of the director coming out and saying, "Yeah, what we made was great." Then Sony walked on in and literally cut off everything we did. Now, the main actress from pieces I've heard around the internet, she fired her casting manager. Her casting manager or casting agent once she saw the final cut. Which, okay, that that also says a lot about how bad the movie is. Okay? So, it seems what Zuckerman's trying to do. He's trying to defend the director. He's trying to defend the writer, and he's trying to defend the people that were actually working on the film that weren't the big corporals. Okay, cool. And it sounds like that he's trying to take a shot at the corporals. Okay, cool. But the problem, if you want to take a shot at something, okay, take the damn shot. Stop being all neutral about it. I see why Stuckerman's reputation is probably going to plummet pretty damn hard after making this video. Because there's so much wrong with this. Alright, I'm going to try to get through the video more without interrupting him, but I am at, for those trying to watch along, I'm at 9 minutes and 57 seconds. Going to begin in 3, 2... Low budget horror is always marketable. Well, that's because the strikes actually did the job it needed to do. Netflix is not the king of the algorithm, though, my guy. The final fight happens underneath a sign like that. Okay. Alright. Pausing on the Pepsi Cola sign at 11:25. I'm going to look forward. Okay, the more how bad I'm hearing about this movie is, the more I'm looking forward to how bad it actually is. So, there's a fire underneath the Pepsi Cola sign. He doesn't believe a writer actually made that decision. How do you think things are written? Like, okay, so I'm pretty sure a writer didn't come up with that. No, a writer did. Yeah, it probably wasn't one of the main lead writers of it, but it wouldn't surprise me if a studio wants something written in down. They would have a corporal guy literally shove the writer aside and be like, alright, Bob says ow. Alright? At this scene. Bob has to say ow at this scene underneath the Pepsi Cola sign. Whatever else is going on, as long as we have Bob saying ow in that scene, we can make us work. Now, writer, go ahead, take over. Get back over again. I'll proofread your stuff later. Which is probably what happened a lot. And to my knowledge, it still happens no matter what type of creative process you have, especially you have a team. Whether it could be your friends, co-workers, or just fellow YouTubers you keep bumping on into, you know? Like, there's going to be a peer review process, okay? And God, this is not helping you, Mr. Stuckman. Stuckman, sorry for mispronouncing your last name. Not only is this I've seen a lot of bad movies, so has everybody else probably watching this, but for infamous scenes, I can guarantee you that of the bad movies we all have seen, we definitely know somebody wrote down, okay, Bob said ow in this scene, or fire from Pearl Harbor. I mean, like, you, you I've only worked on one movie, I admit, and again, I had to leave that for reasons. I had to leave that movie and project for reasons, but there was still a process of my buddy writing XYZ happening down, okay? And he didn't have a corpo pushing down on his neck. He just had life going on. But then again, he still wrote it on down. People write movies, okay? Yes, AI can write a movie. Yes, they can do that. Can they do it well? That's to be determined. Did Meta Web get written by an AI machine? We don't know that. I don't know that, okay? I'll probably find out when I see it in the theaters and sit through the credits. But, you're not helping yourself, Stuckman, okay? Alright. Oh yeah, press play. I'm at 11:34. Those watching along, sorry. He's talking about the story he heard. Trying to make a story work with a hook, and then now trying to make a story work without the hook. Dead change. Okay. Yeah, what are your solutions for this? Okay, let's get to the... What's wrong with -1? Okay. Well, you see, the cool part is, Chris, people already do that. People... Alright, what's the problem? Okay, there's a big problem here with this argument. Pausing in 3, 2, 1. I'm at 1350. So he believes a lot of people on the corporate side of movie making don't come from creative background. Look, if you don't come from a creative background and you're a big corpo and you get put on a team to make the movie, what exactly is your job? Seriously, what exactly is your job at that point? Is it marketing? Is it advertising? Is it just doing all the math? Because I think what he's trying to describe is an accountant. And I know an accountant who comes from a very creative background. And yeah, like... you don't come from a creative background, but you're in charge of a movie. That makes little to no sense. Why would you even be interested in movies if you don't come with a creative background unless you're entirely fueled by money? Everybody, at least at some point, even if their parents were absolute dicks and assholes, had at least one bedtime story read to them, if not by whether the asshole mom or dad, or the actual good mom or dad, or maybe their parents, their friends' parents. Like it's you kind of need that to walk into it. Now, I mean, the movie industry isn't like food, where if you don't got a food creative background, you're still hired. Congratulations. Now make sure we sell enough fries. No, it's unless it is, and in that case, somebody in the comments, please tell me I'm wrong, and I will happily eat my words. But this is again, Mr. Stuckerman, you're not helping yourself for people to take you seriously. Because what you're essentially saying is, listen, the Mad Web movie is bad, but not for the reason you think it is. But it is for the reason that I think it is. I think it's bad because it's oversight and stuff like that. I'm not going to talk about the movie, or the directors, or the writing decisions, or the directing decisions, or the actors' decisions on certain scenes, or certain lines being made, or the CG effect. You know, like some people actually come to your channel, like me, to see your views on whether I should put money down on this movie or not. You know? Like, yes. I thought I had a bad problem with fish bowling. Like, seriously. Okay, let's see if I can actually get through this. I am at 13:50, 3 more minutes left of this movie. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, Kung Fu Pirates also cook, yeah. I'll watch it. That still doesn't make sense. You really do like making these discussion videos. Okay. Okay, now he's just self-advertising the rest of the video after 15 minutes. Oh, Cool, so he's going to do a review of Grave of the Fireflies, and he announces that in a video he makes, not doing a review, but trying to make a discussion piece about the movie corporations ruining movies. I'm sorry, Mr. Suckerman. Regardless of your movie insight, making your movie, you know, which that is awesome. I really hope it does well. Non-creatives that are creatives, but are in charge of creatives. Yeah, okay, I could see that happening. However, you're kind of firing all over the place, my guy. You're not really pulling the trigger on stop buying Sony, because look, if you really want to hurt Sony when they make a bad movie, just call for a boycott on Sony movies. Yes, it'll be incredibly painful and hard to do, and very few movie boycotts actually go through. But if that was the story, if that was the recipe you were trying to go for, really should have done the math on this video better. I know, Seth's a small YouTuber trying to just build up his channel about who knows what right now. Okay. There's still so much wrong with this take. Not my, well, okay, there might be a few points I've messed up here because I'm not going on a script. I'm just reacting. Like, if you're watching this, Mr. Stuckerman, next time you do a video about why we shouldn't be so hard on movies, stop that mindset. We have to be hard on movies, even if we're not critics, alright? If it's something that you are looking forward to enjoying and it disappoints you, if you don't sound off on it, guess what's going to happen? The actual creators that made that project, they're not going to hear that feedback. How are they going to hear that feedback? The much needed feedback, like, oh, did Bob need to say ow in that scene, or could he just not said a word at all, made the scene better? Alright? Okay, let me put it like this better then. Your movie comes out. You think it's good. You put your heart and soul in it, and it's great. But you keep hearing a lot of people saying, no, this scene was wrong, that was badly written, the CG at this part was wrong, this could have been better. What's going to be your reaction? Is your going to be reaction is like, oh, well, you didn't make it, so you can't talk about movies. Or are you actually going to take the feedback and ask, okay, so what would you do, Mr. Critic, if you were writing that scene? What would you do better? Write down those notes and maybe apply them in your next movie. Nobody will throw bottles and tomatoes at you for that. Okay? Like, I guess I gotta see 2 movies now just for a follow-up video. Madam Web and whatever your movie is, Mr. Stuckerman. And I hope it's a good movie. I really do hope it's a good movie. But with how you're reacting to everybody going off about Madam Web, it's putting a lot less faith in what exactly movie writing skills you have. Okay? And yes, coming from a amateur actor who hasn't been in a movie yet properly. I get it, alright? But still, I guess my takeaway from this is, if you want to talk about a movie you saw and you don't like it, nothing is going to stop you from saying, this movie was bad because X, Y, and Z. And if the people who worked on that movie actually see your thoughts, maybe you could have just helped them. Maybe you could have said something that they didn't even think when they were on the writing floor, when they were shooting the damn scene. Okay? Don't be afraid to share your opinion, alright? Okay, maybe water it down if it's a constant F words here and there and there, but anyway, that's my thoughts on the Chris Stuckerman take on Madam Web. I will hopefully do a follow-up video of me saying how good or bad Madam Web is and whether you should put your money down on it or not. And hopefully I will be able to help save you money if it's as bad as everybody is saying it is, or I might be able to find something that might be actually good. Don't hold your breath. I'm not going to hold mine. But this is just morbid curiosity feeling me more. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you want more kind of off-the-take reaction videos, let me know in the comments below, and like, subscribe, and until next time, fight on, Battle Brothers.